If you're watching this video and you work at a B2B company, there's a pretty good chance that you have a sales team. What sucks is about 60% of sales teams will miss their pipeline goal. And that's because they source 40% of it from outbound prospecting. Prospecting is like driving on a highway during rush hour. Everybody's trying to get in with emails, LinkedIn messages, video prospecting, cold calls. Go down the list. And the truth is, most buyers don't like getting prospected. Cold email reply rates are staggeringly low now too. They're less than 1%, and cold call connect rates are less than 3%. Only 0.4% of the activity that you do in prospecting will actually yield and result in a meeting. That doesn't even take into account you gotta go buy a data provider, which costs a couple $1,000s a year. You gotta buy a LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which costs a couple $1,000s a year. You gotta buy a sales engagement provider to write cold emails and cold calls, which costs you a couple $1,000s a year. You're spending almost $10,000 to $15,000 before your reps have even done a call, email, or LinkedIn message. So what if you could take the $10,000 or $15,000 that you're investing in sales tech tools and give it directly to your buyers? What if I could take everything in your tech stack and squish it down into one process and cut down your costs so that you only pay money when a prospect responds to you? That's why we invented Pitchfire. The people that are on Pitchfire like getting pitched. In fact, 96% of people like answering sales pitches if they're being paid to do so. Why aren't you interested? Who are you using as a competitor? When does that contract expire? If you're not the right decision maker, who's the right person you should be talking to? All these different objections that we would get over cold email and cold calling that you have to dig for, you can get in one step in Pitchfire. And the best part, you don't have to do follow-up calls and emails anymore. Would you rather pay $10,000 or $15,000 so that you can awkwardly interrupt people with cold calls, cold emails, and LinkedIn messages? Or would you rather pay only if they respond to you? That's what we're offering you with Pitchfire.
All right, let's show you how this works. So you can go make an account on Pitchfire, and over here on the left, if you're a salesperson and you want to pitch people, you're going to go over down to the buyer marketplace. In the buyer marketplace, there are thousands of people that you can pitch right now that are willing to respond to you if you send them a sales pitch. So let's say I wanted to go sell to AJ Alonso, who works in marketing over at Demand Drive. I could see AJ filled out his profile here on Pitchfire and gave us information about what areas are his focus areas, what vendors he uses, a little bit about him. You can find out how he likes to pitch and get pitched. And you can see that you can pay AJ $25 to respond to your sales pitch. So I'm going to write a real quick sales pitch to him. Offer AJ anywhere from $25 to $500. Now, different buyers on our platform can set their own floor. AJ's is $25. The more you offer, the more likely they'll respond. But also, some people have a lot of pitches in their account, and we sort pitches by the dollar amount that you offer them. So if you offer more money, you get to the top of their inbox inside Pitchfire. I'm going to just keep it at 25 to keep the demo simple. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to pay with a credit card. If I didn't have a credit card, you can easily add a card for your team, or you can talk to our sales team about adding credits onto the account if you'd prefer. For example, my sales team has credits to send pitches on Pitchfire. I've got 40 credits on my account right now. I'm going to go send those to AJ. Let's try it out. I'm going to hit done, and I have sent my pitch to AJ. I'll show you what it looks like when AJ gets a pitch. Over here in the response section, sales pitches will come in, and a buyer can answer a pitch. So I could be like, hey, I want to go and respond to Vivian, who wrote this sales pitch to me. He has 7 days to respond. See how it's sorted by dollar amount too? When I respond, the buyer isn't just going to say, hey, I'm not interested or I'm interested. If they're interested, we'll actually book on their calendar. I think I want to learn more. And then they can pick a time, and we're going to actually show you mutual times they have available on their calendar. Now, if I wasn't interested, let's go to a different pitch and pretend I wasn't interested. You can't just blow off the person and say, I'm not interested. You say, we already use a competitor. Who do you use? And the buyer has to actually give a response on what competitor they use. Yeah, so that's kind of a demo of the product. You can fill up pipeline. There are thousands of people on here, and we'll go contact them and get them to respond to your prospecting for you. The money that you give to a prospect, we collect a small commission on. The rest goes to the prospect directly, and they can use that to do anything. They could donate it. They could give it to charity. They could use it to pay their kids' college off. They can do whatever they want. It's up to them.
So go create an account. It's free to set up, and let's get you starting to send some pitches. I'll talk to you later.
Pitchfire. One-touch, risk-free prospecting.